Hello and welcome back to the 7th Star from the Right podcast. We're back. We're doing... Yeah, it's the name now. I said it. So it's in the title.
Well, yeah, you
everything.
said from, though. It's
I
7th Star to the Right. I heard you practicing it earlier.
7th Star to the Right podcast. We
you
did go over
explained it
this.
to me.
Yeah, you did.
Did we take a vote on the name, though? No, never mind.
Replace it. Do it.
Quick, come up with a better name right now.
Now it's time
Star
for
Wars.
Space Buds.
Space Bus in space.
Space Jam.
Space
I'm
Buds.
feeling Space Jam.
Let's not get copyright infringed. Or
Oh, God. All right. So,
copyright infringe others.
do you guys remember where we started? We were at where we ended last session.
Yeah, there was a guy walking towards us, and he was very
Give us a
angry.
little recap, Jeff.
Yeah.
For the people.
For the people.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hello, one audience
Hi.
member out there. We
How
love
are you?
Today's episode brought to you by Jeff's mom. Hi, Jeff's mom.
you guys were trying to get into this big ass warehouse, and Philip pulled out this. Sorry, not Philip. Micah pulled out this large rod, very not quietly, and then proceeded to try and lift all of you guys up onto the roof, which we later learned. One, was too many people, and two, also is just against the rules, as we've learned, because you can't lift yourself through telekinetic means without some special ability.
Got to pull yourself up by your own space bootstraps.
You decided, you know what? That plan failed. I guess we'll just walk in and say, this is our ship, and we got to go now.
It worked surprisingly well.
It did.
So
it
far.
got you into the second room of where the actual sort of ship actually is. So, it's going well so far. Let's see how else it goes. So we ended specifically when this man by the name of Steve,
Right.
he's up on the catwalk and he just called down to you guys to stop, and he's coming towards you. So to describe the place a little bit better. So obviously in the center of it, there is the Blue Robin, right?
Uh-huh.
And along the sides, there's like salvage and fuel and stuff like that. So they've obviously been working on ships within this particular area. And you notice also, looking up at the ceiling, there is a hatch, which you would assume opens so starships can come in and out of the warehouse itself. So this man up on the catwalk, you can't quite make out exactly like many features. He seems like a large man, and also seems to be in charge, considering the other guards said, like, Steve, there are people here. I'm flustered and I don't know what to do. So right now it's just the three of you and the two of them, the one guard sort of dragging on behind you, kind of looking sheepish because he wasn't able to stop you, and Steve coming down from the catwalk. So what do you guys do?
I mean, just walking in like you own the place seemed to work so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're still
What if we
walking.
just walking into also the ship?
You're just
Is there
going
an
into the ship. It is-
There it is.
So yeah, let me describe the ship a little bit more.
Sure.
So it looks the ship from Firefly. I assume some of you guys have seen Firefly. It looks similar to that. So there's the body of it, which is the largest part of the ship itself. It has these two wings on either side of it that start probably the best way to describe this: a fourth of the way up, half of the way up the hull, sort of height wise, and then width wise, about probably 3/4 of the way, and goes all the way back to the end of the ship, if that makes sense. And as it gets to the end of the ship, the wing grows thicker and thicker. So you kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's also the cockpit that you would assume to be the cockpit that sort of sits above this sort of the major hull, almost like a head. So it looks vaguely like a bird, which is where you would assume the name came from.
Makes sense.
The entrance to the ship is open?
Yeah, so the breast of the bird, if we were to...
If you will.
If you will. It has this sort of walkway down to the ground.
Okay.
So you could just
Walk in.
walk in if you really want to.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
we're
think
gonna
we do.
walk over to
Really?
that. As we do
Yeah.
that, I go. You are Stephen. You are the manager here. I want your ship. I'm going to go look at your ship now.
Well, I'm sorry. All right, hold on. And he's coming down. He's like, wait,
I
hold
shall
on.
not hold on, Stephen. I have held on to this fucking planet for far too long already.
So he's coming down. He's down on your levels. He's like, all right, hold on. Who are you guys?
Via our perspective bias, I was going to. I spoke to a man named some kind of drunk person at a bar. He told me that it was a good ship. I'm looking for a good ship. As you can see, I am not having a very good time on this planet. And he gestures to like his like dirty clothes.
Important question. Are we still walking or did we stop?
At this point, I'm at the base of the ramp. If you guys want to go up the ramp, please go up the ramp.
Are you guys going up the ramp?
I'm going to go up the ramp.
I think it's like, it seems like Alex is handling this. Yeah.
Well, if we are going to fly this thing, we need to know how it is laid out inside, shall we?
Hey, whoa, wait. Hey, hold on. And he starts to go towards his laser pistol. Like, guys.
Steve. Can I call you Steve? Steve.
His name is Steve. You can call him Steve.
Yeah, I'm sure you and Alex can work this shit out. Don't worry about it. We're just going to take a look around. It's a beautiful ship. Just chill out. It's all right.
I'm sorry. So you said you talked to a guy. What's his name?
Edgar. Yeah.
Yes.
Edgar Shoddy.
Edgar Shoddy?
Edgar Shoddy.
The mechanic.
Presumably, I do not know. He did have very oily hands.
He doesn't own this ship. You have to leave.
I want to own this ship, Steve.
All right. Let me call the go-to person. Have you spoken to Mario
The
yet?
paneling on
There's
this
a
is
lot-
really nice.
Fuck me.
All right. You haven't spoken to Mario.
Look, I heard that there was a ship. I want to go look at the ship. I am right here, ready to buy.
You need to talk to Mario.
Oh,
Do you
fuck
have
me. It's a bureaucracy.
Hey, man, I guard the place and I guard the ship. I can't let you onto the ship without knowing you had Mario's okay. Also, you don't even have the launch codes. You can't do anything other than just look around in it.
Well,
We want to look around. That's what we want to do.
All right, fine. You guys just stay here. You can look at the hull. Don't go into the second level of the ship.
Oh,
all right?
sure. That's what you want to hear.
I will call Mario. All right. We'll talk this over, but please don't do anything rash. I'm going to send Brian here is going to look after you guys. All right.
You got it, Steve.
And he gestures
Definitely.
to the flustered guard who's like, I don't want to be involved in this. So, all right. And then he starts to walk off.
I wonder if there's something wrong with the inside of the ship. You wouldn't want to purchase it without seeing it.
That's what I was going to say. We go into the house and they're like, oh, go ahead and look at the new paint that we put outside. You go inside and it's burnt out. It
Brian,
happens.
So
have you ever seen the inside of the ship? What is its condition?
I don't know, man. I'm supposed to sit in the reception area and not let anyone through.
Oh, good
And,
talk.
and when he says that, he sort of like looks down and sort of like scratches the back of his neck and like this man that he's in way over his head right now. He's looking at you guys right now and just making sure you don't like make any weird or funny movements.
While this is happening, I want to just kind of look around the warehouse that we're in and see if I can see a lever to open up the hatch
You gotta
above.
find a button.
Cool. Can you all roll a
Run.
it would be a wisdom notice check.
The first person to find me a lever.
Find me a
Pull the lever.
Oh, wait. Hold up. I did this backwards. Stop it.
8 from Alix, the one with the accent.
Okay.
3.
Scroll run this plus
Micah
wisdom,
sees jack
you
shit.
said?
Yeah.
I don't think wisdom.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm like genuinely into the ship detailing.
2.
All right. So, Alix, you're looking around this warehouse. And you notice on the side where there's a bunch of sort of scrap and salvage and some computers, obviously, for like diagnostics and maintaining the ship, you notice a big lever that says roof access. So
that's
you would
probably-
assume pulling that would open the hatch of the...
Where's Steve right now?
He has gone back through the sliding doors, if you remember from last episode.
Yeah.
So he's going back into where those offices
So presumably close, but not in the same room as us right now.
Yes. You could also assume that there are more than 2 people in this entire location, and there's probably some coming to help out Brian.
I want to quickly just kind of subtly poke Micah a little bit. And at the same time, I'll go, Brian, it is very stuffy in here. Is there any way to open up a window or anything over there? And while that's happening, I'm just going to stare at the roof access lever, hoping that I have Micah's attention.
Oh.
I really hope you did that in universe.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I get it.
I have very bad allergies.
And Brian is just sort of like looking between you guys and just... He seems very twitchy right now. You don't think that it would take much to set him off at this moment in time. And as you're thinking this, he gets a call in on his shoulder. It seems another couple of guards are heading this way at this moment.
So is that a no on the window?
No.
Scheiße.
Brian, I
Yes?
am wondering, do you perhaps know of a Dr. Samantha Calvin? And have you seen her around lately?
No, the name doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I just work here. I don't know very much. I just like...
Yeah. It's all right, Brian. You're doing great, Sweet Cheeks. Just relax. It's all right.
All right, thank you. And he seems to relax just a tad.
There we go. There's a good lad.
There really is a lot of dust in here, though. I'm gonna start sneezing.
So you're sneezing, trying to get this man to like...
Open the roof hatch.
What are the double doors that that Steve went through? Are those like your automatic like sliding in and out kind of doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
You still have your pole,
I
right?
still have this pole, which no
Okay.
one's commented on, and that's fine, I guess. Just kind of holding on to this big piece of scrap.
Sometimes you just need a walking stick.
Sometimes you just need to levitate a walking stick over to a lever and pull down on the goddamn lever.
So you guys are in the hull of the spacecraft right now. You guys walked up, right? And Brian is also in there with you.
Oh,
guys.
we're in the hole? Yes,
I
excellent.
thought you
Right.
walked up the ramp.
That
and-
was my intention. I
Okay.
was just
Yeah.
watching, like, I don't want to get shot.
Like so Steve specifically said don't go into like the top level.
Oh, got it.
So what you guys currently see, you're looking around, and this area is obviously the cargo hold. So it's got that ramp, so you can easily like take like a truck or something and bring stuff into this hold area. There seems to be another catwalk within the warehouse that has a catwalk itself, a catwalk within the hull that's sort of like a semi-second level, more like 1.5 level that runs around the top of this cargo hold. You also notice towards the back is probably what would be something like fuel bunkers, and then also like a freight elevator with some stairs up to the catwalk near the back of the hull of the ship.
Is there any place that actually, you know what? No, I'll just do this in universe. I'll say out loud, I wonder where people sleep, and go looking for anywhere where people sleep.
Miss, you can't. It's on the. Please don't move. And he's not really moving to stop you just yet. So are you going to continue just sort of wandering towards
I'm
the
going
back?
to continue in the direction that I think the sleeping things are. And I said, well, if you would like to, Brian, you can come with.
No, we were told not to go onto the second level, and we're going to stay here.
Oh, is the second level where the people sleep?
I don't know. I just... work reception. Please stop asking me questions.
Hey, Brian, we're friends now, right? Could you hold on to the stick for me? I really appreciate it. It's just for a second.
Okay.
Right. All right. Cool.
And now Brian, it has like this stick that he's holding off in his left hand, just sort of like looking around. He's still obviously like his hand is hovering towards the laser pistol that you see on his side, like just waiting for anyone to like give him a reason. Like he's super twitchy. And
it looks very good on you. You hold it on.
Thank you. So as you guys are talking there, 2 more guards you see enter the warehouse itself. One of them calls over to Brian and says, "Hey, Brian, what's going on?" And he sort of comes up, and then Brian sort of excuses himself from the conversation.
As he's making his way across the thing, is there any obvious way to close that door?
You can look around. Can you do like a quick wisdom notice?
I would like to also say I'm a pilot, so I should probably know some stuff about ships in general. Maybe not automatically succeed, but I would request a bonus
I would
on
also rather. Yeah, you could do an intelligence no for if you know sort of like the specific ship. See if you have knowledge of where the hatch would be. Okay. So also a couple of notes about the doors itself. It seems to be a double-doored system, like a lot of starships are. So there's the area just inside of the door. So there's like a blast door for just more in, and then obviously what is currently the ramp, you would assume would sort of fold up and then fold into the spot that you would assume to be the door. So there's like 2 doors that are currently open right now.
Door, like the ramp is.
Yeah. The ramp would sort of like pull up and sort of act as that secondary door.
Is there any
and then
room
there's another
between
blast
those
doors.
2?
There is some room. Yeah.
Is there a Brian-sized space?
For example.
There's definitely some space for some person or equipment to fit between those 2 doors.
Okay,
so you're specifically trying to find the controls for the blast doors, I would assume, not the ramp itself.
I mean, I'd eventually like to close both, but I would like the gun-proof door first would be nice.
Okay, so that would be the inner more door.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, roll an intelligence no to see if you would know how this is done.
I'm completely fine with that. But also, side question: wouldn't the 2 buttons for the doors be close to each other?
You'd think that.
I would think that. I mean, it's fine if they're not.
Those space designers.
I got a 10.
So you would know that there are a couple of different ways to control these 2 doors, one of which is from the main computer that what you would assume would be in the cockpit. And then there was probably some emergency override somewhere around on either side of the door. Maybe not necessarily for the ramp. The ramp, you might have to go to a console to specifically say, you got to fold up to do this thing. But for the blast door itself, you would assume there's some emergency hatch that you could quickly close.
Okay, I'm going to go try and find that.
Okay. So Brian's not paying too close attention to you guys as he's moving over to one. Well, yeah, he's on the bottom of the ramp talking to another one of the guards, and then
he left the ship.
Yeah,
he left the ship as in he's on the ramp, but he's still keeping like an eye on you guys.
I want to go forward to the door frame, just like sneezing, kind of leaning across, trying to block as much of the view as possible.
Wow.
I'm going to.
Can you give me like a charisma, like perform or something like that?
Is that a skill in this game?
Yeah, there's perform. I'm trying to. It's not like talk. You're trying to like. There's no bluff or anything.
Yeah, that
so you're
fits.
just trying to like act natural.
It's a 4.
Okay. They sort of like look over at you and like, are you all right there over there?
It's the dust. It gets into my sinuses. No windows or anything of that description.
No, it is a warehouse, dude. There's not much of a place to like open up other than the main hatch, which
I'm
we're
not
not opening.
suited to this kind of life.
I'm dropping my control on the stick, which I think I had to do anyway since I gave it to Brian and he's holding it. But anyways, so I'm dropping control on that, and I'm going to use my telekinetic manipulation now to try and get a look at the lever and pull it.
You're trying to pull the lever itself.
Correct.
You should just be able to see it. I don't see why you couldn't just do this if you commit.
I commit effort.
Effort for the scene, or just as long as you're doing it?
Right now it's for the scene.
Okay. So commit effort for the scene.
Yep.
So quick reminder on people who are not familiar with the system. Psychics have...
David.
Hello. David. Psychics have an extra stat that they sort of dip into, which is called effort, specifically when trying to perform different psychic tasks. And they'll commit it either for like the day or a scene or something like that. That's just to show like they're using their powers rather than something like in D&D where you spend like a spell slot or something like that.
The dirty, filthy spells.
Filthy spell slots. So you're committing effort for the scene at this moment in time.
Yep.
So you'll probably get it back in like after sort of this whole ordeal is done.
When the scene is over.
Yeah.
But
So
I still have one committed from me controlling the pull the first time.
Yes.
So I've spent 2 for the scene now.
That is correct.
Yeah. Cool.
So the lever goes down and you hear sort of like, not necessarily a siren, but definitely like a warning. A big hole is now opening in the roof's like a
Thank you, Brian.
They really heard you.
So much better.
That's so nice. You know, he really has bad allergies, so like that's really good of you.
And the guards do not like this at all. They were not aware that they were in the presence of a psychic. So they immediately both
Can they tell that I did that?
They would assume one of you did it. But they can't tell
That's fair.
specifically you, but they know they didn't do it.
Might I ask how
And
long?
David specifically,
How long
you
does
said
it
Brian.
take to close the damn door?
You would assume it's fairly quickly since it's an emergency blast,
Oh, okay.
sort of. So fast enough that if someone wanted to get out of the way, they could.
Gotcha.
But fast enough that if someone's on the end of the ramp, they wouldn't be able to get into the hull in time.
Got it.
So where are you guys all right now? Are you all like fully in the hull, just sort of looking around?
Yeah.
You would have had, Micah, you would have had to
stick out.
I need a
stick
wide
out a
enough
little
angle
bit to see the lever itself. So you yourself are not actually in behind the blast door yet.
I'm definitely the farthest out, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as they're kind of going for the laser pistol, it's like, okay, goodbye. And I'm ducking away out of the line of sight.
Okay. So I think we need to go into combat now. Because they are going to pull their weapons and tell you to stop. And obviously your guys have been acting shifty, so they're diving off.
100%.
So
How dare you.
How did they guess that we were
How?
going to do
Possibly.
something
Do I
so
have
illegal?
to stop and fight, or am I still closing the door?
you can close the door as an action.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was, as soon as like there's no risk of either their heads getting chopped off. If the guards are heading for us, that was the plan. Close
Right,
the
yeah.
blast doors so they can't blast us.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay, so
so
I will do that.
everyone is going
Some
to
point.
roll a D8 and add their dexterity modifier. And I'm going to pull up these guard stats.
Okay, here we go. 7.
5.
You writing that down, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Who has the better dexterity modifier between the two of you?
I have a 0
I
dexterity.
got a 1.
Okay, so no one knows.
Come on, high school.
And what'd you get, Micah?
I got a 5.
Micah is a 5. And let me roll for them now. Which one of these?
Please.
Brian, stay down there. You're way down by the stick.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
slow. You can't keep
That
up, Brian.
was the plan. I'm occupying his offhand.
Yeah, no, it's
Front
really
of us.
bad.
I'm giving him a really heavy thing to hold in his offhand. So he can't
Yeah.
use it at all.
I mean,
So-
to be fair.
So poor Brian rolled a 2 on the initiative. He
no.
is
It worked.
Right.
he is out of his element, but
He
the other
trusted
guard
us.
is immediately suspicious of you guys and did roll a 9.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So this man, he pulls his laser pistol. And right now, I think he can only see Micah, who's currently on the ramp itself. No, and I don't think he can see you at all. Since
No,
you're
because I'm
probably-
to the side of the door, and Alix was specifically blocking me from vision. We
Okay.
did a whole performance roll for it and everything.
I have
Yeah.
a sneeze sync.
So, how combat works is very similar to D&D.
You say it with such disdain.
No, just like so you
I
understand
hate
what. There are two sort of action slots. There's the main action, and then there's a move action. Do you guys know which ones are specifically which? Let me give you a
Oh no, Jeff, I do not. I
Oh
have
no!
I have
Let
a
me give
feeling
you.
he might be reading this out loud for our audience member.
Oh, our audience member.
May or may not care
Here's
about
some-
the ins and outs of
here's-
mechanics
Oh, wow,
of the system.
For those of you listening at home, Jeff has just handed me a very nice laminated sheet.
It slides right into my
This is
DM
great.
shield.
I really appreciate that.
Okay, so what he is going to do is he is going to fire on Micah.
Oh no.
And when someone fires on someone, you roll a d20, you add your bonuses. And dear Lord, I rolled a 19.
Okay, Micah, 19, I think, is going to be pretty bad.
And that's a 19
So,
plus 2, which is 21. Does that hit?
So yeah, that hits me.
All right, so now that it hits you, he's going to attempt to do damage. He is going to do damage. He is rolling 1d6 and is adding nothing. He hits you for 4. So he hits you square in the chest with a laser pistol.
Laser.
So also one of the things about the Stars Without Number system is at first level, characters are extremely fragile. How many hit points do you have left?
I have, where are my hit points on this stupid thing?
Oh, they're gone.
They are up into
For
the
reference,
left.
hold on.
second
Where
column.
I,
Okay.
Alix, the man with a -1 strength modifier, who can't hold on to a stick, has 4 hit points.
Or, hold on, were we doing the max roll for the starting?
Oh,
thing?
yes.
Or,
So one thing
Nah.
that I was going to do, and I forgot to tell you guys until this very moment in time. So generally, RPG groups play with a little bit more than 3. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit more HP on the first level. So a single stray laser pistol could not, like, for example,
Say,
immediately down.
theoretically.
Yeah.
If you had a character, would say 4 hit points.
Yeah.
You
So
need to give me
I'm
more hit points,
I'm
buddy.
allowing everyone on their first sort of level roll to have an immediate 6. So you should have at least 6 hit points so you can take a little bit of damage before you immediately die.
Cool.
So David, you
So-
should have, Alex should specifically have 6 hit points.
My sinuses are clear. I can smell. I can
can
fight.
so that hurt, obviously, but I've still got like 2/3 of my health left.
Right. And,
Sweet.
what this man is now going to do is he's going to start moving towards cover switch. He's going to be moving towards the edge of the room to try and get behind some salvage.
Well, that's silly of him.
Yeah, he doesn't quite understand what's going on.
Well, because he couldn't see me because Alex was sneezing.
Yeah, he's just trying to take All right, so that was the first guard, and now it is Nona's turn. So, if
I
you
closed the door.
do you want to close the door right now when Micah is still on the ramp?
I thought he was moving backwards, but
Not yet.
He hasn't moved yet.
He's just,
but
she's just been shot.
But we've established that Micah would roll back into a now Micah-sized space.
yes,
Is that
do
right?
well, if we get to the second door closing, but we would be closing with him on the outside, so we don't want to do that.
The emergency hatch is specifically for the blast door, which is the second door.
No, I
it's
gotcha.
not the ramp. You'd have to find like a computer and try and hack it to get the ramp open like that.
Or I could just go in the driver's seat.
Is there an equivalent
According to
to
this
holding an
handy
action
laminate,
as
you could
exists
also
in?
hold
Yes, I believe there's a hold and action, so you
What
can.
I was
Okay.
just directing her
Why
attention to.
don't I hold the action until Micah can move back inside the damn ship?
I think that's a great plan.
Wow, look at us learning.
So the next person is Alix. What are you doing, Alix?
I am going to lean out a little bit on the ramp, kind of reach out a hand, seeing the wound. And I'm just kind of like, Micah, come on, I'm a very bad shot. I'm not good at this part. I'm going to hold an action to heal Micah after she gets inside.
Okay. Next is Micah.
All right. I'm going to expend an effort to activate my telekinetic armory.
Okay. Yeah. This is fun. Why don't you explain what
This
that
might be
does?
a short fight anyway, but you know what? I just want to do it. So what you're going to see is that I get sort of a series of kind of force field plates, essentially kind of making an armor that glows like a faint yellowish tint that kind of encompasses my body, kind of like a low polygon like model in an old video game is how I'm thinking of it.
Wahoo.
And then I'm also going to get in a similar style something that looks like a rifle
Oh, nice.
that is going to materialize into my hands.
Could you also come inside the ship?
Give me a...
I know. I was purposefully being annoying. I'm sorry.
Just let me do my thing, Nona. This is like why I'm on this team.
I did not know I could do this. I would be deeper in the ship.
I'm going to use my... That's an on-turn action. So
Yep.
I can do that for free.
do that for free.
And then I'm going to use my main action to shoot at... Well, so how many of them are out there right now?
So there's currently 3. So there's one was by sort of the doors, just sort of hanging out. There was the one talking to Brian, who has now started to dart off towards the side of the building to try and find some cover. And there's Brian, who is just looking absolutely dumbfounded. And he still has that pole, but it's just sort of like standing there like,
What a friend.
and he's right at the base of the ramp. So all of them would be in sort of line of sight of you. You could fire on them. All of them don't have any cover at this very moment in time.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'm going to shoot the one who shot at me.
Okay. All right. Roll
Don't
it.
shoot Brian. I've grown emotionally attached.
No, Brian's all right.
I was kind of hoping we could take him with us. It doesn't look like it's going that way, though. Brian, could you just wait on that ramp so I can go up and close it? Then you can come with.
All right. So I'm taking a shot at whoever who shot at me.
All right. So the first guard that shot at you.
Yep.
Nondescript guard number 1 that shot at you. All right.
That's the one.
Roll the hit.
That's the man.
Not Brian.
Excuse me,
So-
it's nondescript. Mr. Guard who shot at you was my father.
So this is also a 2d6.
No,
Or
it's
this is a D20.
20.
D20.
That's the 20-sided one.
Yes.
Ouch.
I rolled 16 plus 3 is 19.
I did not see
That
one
hits.
All
Roll for damage.
So I'm going to roll for damage.
Roll that damage.
there. Shoot that guy.
Shoot that guy. Get the money.
So I shoot him for 6 damage.
And he falls down dead.
Oh.
You line up your shot. You shoot him in the back as he's running towards salvage, and you hit him in the shoulder, and he just face plants.
All right, listen, I'm not going to feel that bad about that. He shot me.
He shot you.
He had it coming. I'm walking back into the ship now.
Brian, meanwhile, is just like, huh?
All right.
Brian, quick, get in. No, I'm just kidding.
So is that you're
So
finishing
he
your
said he
action?
moved
And then
back
I,
into the
I
ship.
moved back inside.
Fair.
Would you
Yeah.
like to act now? No.
Oh, I would so much very like to act right now.
Okay.
I would like to close the doors, please.
Okay. Close. So you're going to be closing the blast doors themselves.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to say that takes probably it doesn't close instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume Micah and Alix are still both in view of.
Yeah, we'd be on
Brian.
the other side of the blast doors,
Cool.
maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you're straight down from the ramp, you could still see us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
But
Brian,
not me. You can't see me. I decided.
Come on, Brian. Feel emotionally conflicted.
no, he's
formed such a
he's
bond.
finding his heroic side after just seeing a man that he probably had lunch with occasionally gunned down in front of
The greatest of bonds. We sat at the same table. I had a ham sandwich.
We sometimes talked about the weather and the current sports teams.
When you passed in the hallway, you did that head nod thing. And we went in the down direction to indicate we knew each other.
So we can see all of this flash across Brian's eyes.
And he drops the pole, so like in slow motion, he drops the pole and goes for the laser. And his laser pistol, and he's aiming again specifically at Micah, who just gunned down the man that he occasionally talked to.
I shed a single tear for the friendship we've
Oh
lost.
God, poor Brian rolled a 3.
Oh, that's
The
not
gun
going to hit.
explodes in his hands.
Does that hit?
That does not hit.
So this man has been so frazzled, he misses by a wide margin and hits somewhere back farther in the ship. And he is also running towards the side that has the lever that you just pulled to open the hatch.
Fuck, I thought that they wouldn't think of that. I was hoping.
All right, so...
Oh, also, the step number 2, as soon as I am done pulling thing, I'm assuming the next guard will also go, but when I'm done with that, I'm going to go drive the ship because driving is cool.
The first round of this combat happened so quickly, he wasn't paying attention and
figured.
was off to the side.
I mostly wanted to just sneak that in because of
So
after it was over.
After this round is ended, so the blast doors have shut completely. The ramp is still open, so you guys are now within the ship and you can't see out. The lights are on, so it's not like pitch black dark, but you assume that there's a time limit here on how, if you want to try and get out without not completely destroying the ship. A ship's generally strong enough to handle the roof of a building, but without hurting the ship at some point.
No, do we have to wait for it to close to get moving, or can we turn the keys on this?
I mean, I need to go to a different area of the ship and be pilot to
you
be
would need
pilot,
to go
right?
to the second level.
That is what I am doing. I'm going
You
to
can do
be
that.
pilot.
So we're going to go out of, I'm trying to think. The width of the ship means I think that they would be able to close the doors before you got to the ship itself. Sorry, the cockpit itself.
Okay.
You're in the ship. So we're going to get out of combat right now and assume that when you start going, not the blast doors, the roof doors will be closed.
Oh,
Are there windows out of the ship?
Not at this current level.
Yeah, but I would assume they would be coming with me too, right?
Yes.
does the
there's
ship
no reason to stay
have
down
guns? Or is it a moving
That
ship?
is
Or is
the
it just a
next-
moving
Sorry,
ship?
yes. So when you were walking towards the ship, you noticed that there were 2 weapons, you would assume, on the side of the head.
Front-facing weapons?
They can point in any direction.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good weapon.
So- Also, that hatch opens and closes way faster than I thought it
You
did.
would probably have to take a minute or two to get up, get the ship started and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's not by the time we reach there, it's by the time we manage to ignition,
Yes.
turn, everybody ready to go, more or less.
Okay. Micah, do you know how to use the guns on a ship?
Absolutely not.
Okay, neither do I. I can go with my best shot though.
Actually, once I have the ship on, I could also just shoot things.
Yes.
No.
You can.
I mean, I shouldn't necessarily let anybody else drive either, but we're not leaving right now.
I'm looking for a window on the second level to see if I can get visual contact with the lever again.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're gonna have to kill Brian.
So there's
And I'm
that
dropping
freight
my
elevator in
thing
the
also.
back that you notice. You also notice stairs from the catwalk going up into what you would assume to be the second level. There also seems to be a fireman's pole next to one of the
That's fun.
yeah.
I wish I had been able to ride that.
You would assume to quickly get from the second level to the first level.
Sure.
How are you guys going specifically? Are you going up the stairs to the catwalk and then up once more, or are you going through using the freight elevator?
Oh, I'll go up the catwalk.
Okay.
I'm assuming if one is running at full speed, that would be slightly faster.
Yeah, you would assume so.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that because elevators suck.
Yeah, same.
Mike and Alex, you following?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's not like a Batman fire pole where like you grab onto it and it takes you up.
No,
That was
Okay.
awesome. Can I just say?
that's too sci-fi.
We will not
drawing
have
a
this
line,
in our
okay.
world of bear people and crystal goblins. You know what? I'm going to invent you one of those by the end of this.
New party goal.
Okay, so you guys take the stairs up, and you are on the second level. There are a couple of hallways that you would assume to lead to sort of either like latrines or crew quarters. You move forward to the head of the ship that you would assume to be the cockpit. You pass sort of some living quarters and stuff, and you get into the cockpit itself. You see just sort of 3 chairs, each at their own sort of station, and huge sort of bulletproof glass that allows you to see out into the rest of the warehouse at this moment. And you notice above you the roof is starting to close. You also notice 2 hatches on either side of the room that you would assume goes down into the gunnery bay.
Well, first things first, using the launch codes that I was given, turn on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That is always important. First step.
They do, in fact, turn on the ship.
Wow. Can either of you drive a ship at all?
No, I cannot. Can you? I think that's why you were hired.
This is why I was hired. I was going to go shoot Brian.
No, you drive. You drive. That's the important one.
I
We need
will
right now.
drive. I will go be in the pilot's chair.
So that there are several different departments. You don't necessarily need to inhabit any of these departments at this very moment in time because we're not in ship combat specifically, but
Yet.
there's the bridge, which deals with actually piloting the ship. There are captain's actions that is sort of like the person who is giving orders to everyone else. There's comms actions, which deals sort of with talking to other ships and programming specifically. There are engineering actions, which deal with fixing the ship as it goes. And then obviously gunnery actions, which deals with firing the weapons. So Nona is trying to get the ship up and running. Where the guns are currently situated is down into sort of a hatch, kind of like in the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, where they have to get into sort of these little like cockpits and they can move around.
Cool.
Kimball wise. So Nona's doing that. Micah and Alex, what are you doing?
So you said there's like bulletproof glass up in this area. So I'm going to try and find the lever. I've dropped my telekinetic armory now, so reclaimed that effort.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and grab hold of it and force it down so that Brian or whoever can't like actually hold on to it to pull it back up.
I see. Yeah, you can do that. I guess, yeah, you have vision
as long
on
as
it.
it's in unaided visual range.
Okay. And this would this commit effort again?
Yeah.
Okay. How long can you hold that down?
I can hold that down indefinitely as long as I think I'm able to keep eyesight with it.
Visual contact of it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can do that. And as you do that, Brian, you can see is trying to pull it up, but it's just not working with the amount of telekinetic strength that you have. And the doors are doing this thing like they're starting to close, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll open back up again."
As soon as they are wide enough that I can fit the ship out of them, we're leaving.
You're going.
Yeah,
All right.
we're leaving.
Okay.
Alex, are you doing anything?
I'm
special?
gonna head to comms. I'm gonna open up my comm pad. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get our employer, Mr. Verson, on the line.
Yes. All right. So you guys start to lift off the hatches, sort of big enough for the ship to go through. So Nona expertly sort of
gonna go through it.
Goes through it. There isn't anything sort of stopping you guys, so I'm not going to make any checks. You just go off and you start to lift off, and you get higher and higher, and you can see sort of like the warehouse and industrial district getting smaller and smaller. You see Brian with his very sad puppy dog eyes looking up at you, vaguely shaking
Don't make this
his
worse than it
hand.
needs to be, Jeff.
Michael puts a hand on the glass.
I thought we had something special.
You don't see Steve or anything like that. He was obviously off talking to someone else. So you guys are farther and farther away. You can see the skyline of Cass, and you start going through the thick clouds. Sorry, Cass City. The thick clouds of Cass until you eventually reach outer space. Yay, you guys did it.
Wow.
The
First
final
space.
frontier.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
We've done it.
Ladies
What a
and
great
gentlemen,
adventure.
we did it.
We've laughed, we've cried, we've really grown as people.
Yep. Let's pack it up.
You left some people behind. Who knows? Brian might show up later. Who knows?
Oh, that's definitely a thing now.
Our precious boy.
And as promised, you are getting a hail from some source. As you remember back when you were talking, getting the lowdown specifically from Aaron Vershin, he specified that when you have control of the ship, he will be able to reach out and contact you.
How do I answer? Is it computer? Computer answers the hail.
So it's not.
You're at the
It's not voice. I don't want to do a voice. Oh, guys, it's the
Coward.
Jeffrey.
opening
Jeffrey,
channel.
the computer answers the hail.
All right. Opening channel with Aaron Vershin.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Great.
And you see on your screen Aaron Vershin. He's wearing that same suit that you saw him earlier today. He still has that scar that creeps up above the collar. He says, all right, I see that you've gotten a hold of the Blue Robin. I'm sending you coordinates now for a refueling station that is under the ownership of the Beholder Collective in the Metanar system. You'll have to do a quick spike drill to get there. I will see you soon. And it cuts.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Goodbye. Well, okay. I guess second part of submission.
So as you are moving right along and getting ready to do a spike drill, which I'll explain shortly, I need who is currently on. I think it's comms, right?
Yeah, I guess that's me.
Give me check. Yes. So you're on comms. I'm going to need you to roll an int program check.
Oh no.
And I'm going to need you to specifically add 2 to your roll.
Okay.
That's nice. Thank
Int
you.
program 6 5 11 plus 2 is 13.
Damn, son.
I rolled a 6.
That is less
Sorry,
than
no,
13.
2 6s.
What?
It's 12. Yes.
Oh, okay.
How I buried the lead, sir.
Oh.
But
Like there's just like a little pop up, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
so with the crew's skill, you notice that there is currently a sensor lock being held on you that is coming from what appears to be a fighter. And give me 1 second. And you get a quick message from the fighter, which says, unidentified free merchant. You are a rogue ship suspected of violent acts against Green Nebula Trading. Surrender at once.
I'm gonna like put my hand over the microphone of the ship. Go, guys. Everyone, we have a little bit of a problem. Nona, can you hear me from where you are? Because you probably don't want to leave your chair.
I'm guessing yes.
Yes, you can all communicate
'Cause we're
throughout the
like-
ship. Yeah, if you're at these different departments.
Intercom.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
We have a fighter telling us this is not good. I'm going to press the button. I'm going to say, hello, you have reached the Blue Robin.
No one's right here at the moment. But if
How
you'd
can I help you?
Fantastic.
the fighter is closing in and does not appear to be slowing down. What do you guys do? Do you want to run? Do you want to fight? Do you want to surrender?
I first would like to state, to be fair, they did shoot us first. And then I'm guessing
That's what I'm saying.
probably running. We're really good at it.
So I'm gonna, Mike is gonna run to the engineering deck and maybe try and rustle us up some extra juice if we need to like run away from this thing extra fast.
All right.
You could also tell them that we're recovering stolen property.
No, they specifically said the green. I can try. And I'll press the mic button. Hello, we are currently recovering stolen property. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
They don't appear to be buying it.
Why would you open communication if you will not communicate?
I'm going to need whoever's currently piloting, which is Nona.
Yo.
You are going to roll for initiative, and we are going to go into
Sure.
some space combat.
Ooh.
Roll a d8.
Okay. 6.
I got less than that. So the Blue Robin is going to be acting before the fighter in this particular fight. Let me
So,
find the right
to be
things.
completely honest, I've been scrolling through this rulebook for the past 10 minutes now, and I cannot find the section on combat.
It is.
So if you had a page number,
It's 117.
oh,
but that
I
also
got
works.
some laminated. Love it. Not
It's
that
like a
whole
laminated,
page.
So,
but
It's
wow.
buried at the
let
bottom
me
of all
let me
the other ship
explain
rules.
space combat a little bit.
Please do.
It is much different than the normal like grid based combat where individuals sort of do their own different thing. There is a pool of points which are called command points that you use to take specific actions. Each one of you will be a department head who is in charge of that specific department and can take actions from that specific department's action list. There's also a list of actions that are known as general actions. Anyone on the ship can take those actions specifically. Now, you will notice that you have less players than actual departments. That means someone is going to, or at least two people are going to need to double up on the departments that they're taking over. When you are the head of two different departments, you can only take actions from one of them, and the other one is assumed to be taking, I think it's called
Do your duty.
Yes, it is the do your duty action.
I'm just going to point out that if we had Brian, this would be less of a problem.
Brian is gone.
Brian betrayed us.
Forget him. He might be piloting the fighter.
He did not know what he did.
You shot that guy that he occasionally talks sports with.
Oh, no.
That
Brian.
guy.
Okay,
That's
you're
a sacred-
rewriting history.
That's a sacred
You
bond.
said weather. So
If we
did
shot
weather.
Occasionally sports
Yeah.
teams.
If we shot a bridge, would Brian... this is a metaphor that
Brian used to
immediately...
walk on this bridge. I don't know where you're going with this.
Also, here is the information
When you're-
about
yeah.
the Blue Robin that you guys now have. It has all the information on there. You have to keep track of all that.
Jeff
'cause
just
I'm not
handed
gonna
us a
do-
very well written index card because Jeff
Oh,
is great.
Jesus, this costs a lot.
Yeah, it costs 1 million credits. So
Literally.
Yes, I
Starships
researched
are
that on the
fucking
darknet
expensive.
earlier. I do not have enough money to buy a ship.
I need to find out real quick.
Nice.
Does it tell you specifically how many command points that you start with?
I was just trying to
I
figure
don't
that out.
think
You said 100 something?
What?
And
17?
you don't start with 100 command points.
No. Sorry, page number 4.
oh, page
17.
117.
117. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Load faster.
Um,
Curse you, modern day technology.
we're going to cut this out because it's not
Yep.
good radio.
Pause it.
All right. So, rules question and some planning out of the way. You guys don't start with any command points to begin with. Who is running what department?
I think I'm going to take bridge actions and captain actions.
Okay.
Because I am apparently the only one who's ever seen a goddamn starship before. I'm not bitter. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm used to smaller scale operations. I'm going to be on engineering and comms.
And I'm going to be doing gunnery, which will be good because Alex has a storied history with guns.
Does he shoot the things real good?
No,
Oh, well.
he shoots the things pretty bad.
Also, keep in mind that if you do not have the skill required for certain checks, it's not +0, it is actually -1.
Yeah, actually, if you're looking at the spreadsheet, it tells you that automatically.
Oh, wow, I'm having major deja vu to the last session.
I don't have these amazing character sheets in front of me. All right, so what are you guys doing?
Shout out to Roll20.
After the comms thing fails and they've given up on communications, I'm going to run down to gunnery.
Cool.
All right.
So my general plan, just sharing with everybody else, is mostly leaving. I don't really desire to kill this person. Especially because they seem like a random person. So my goal is going to be to leave. I am highly confident that we can do this. And that is where I am going.
Okay, no, please try to get us out there.
Yeah, okay, so
I can say that while
All right.
doing other things. So then in the order we're going in, we should have a couple of people do the... So... Reading through this, I keep eyeing escape combat, which requires 4 CP. Which then we can leave if we do that 3 times.
Successfully.
Successfully, yes. I do that. Sorry,
Yes.
implied.
Yes.
If we fail to do that, then whatever. Oh god, there's so many rules.
All right, so do you want to pass it to me and Micah first, and we'll do our duty, or try to get
I
some
feel
command
like-
points on?
is it worth it for me to try and boost the engines, though? Because that will make us go faster.
Well, we need command points to do anything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the
we're
first
going to
thing-
do...
You need
Yeah.
to basically just do a round of doing your duty to build up on these command points.
I
Or
don't believe command points carry over from round to round.
Yeah.
And there's also
so
this
we
captain,
just can never...
and there's a captain action that
Oh, wait.
reduces something to be 2 fewer command points. So we can drop boost engines or something to 0,
Sweet.
Oh,
or
yeah.
the comm stuff, or the fire one
Just
weapon.
as the captain, though,
Captain.
Right.
which means you're not being bridged.
Which means I'm not driving, but...
Correct.
Oh, can you
That
only
means-
do one?
Yeah.
And then the
department at
other
a time?
one does...
So someone else might want to be
Maybe somebody else might want to
captain.
be captain.
Alex.
I can be captain. Everybody
be
else
captain.
has.
You're
Okay,
very good at it.
cool.
Thanks.
Great.
So there's a little bit of a scramble on the ship, but we're getting stuff sorted out.
Who's captain?
Look at me. I'm not the captain now.
And I'm gonna snatch the tricorner hat that is required on every ship. So okay, very good. Oh no, this was a very bad idea. As I sit down in the gunnery action ship, the gunnery department, like the little Millennium Falcon thing.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I will go first as captain. And then we'll do engineering, and then we'll do bridge actions.
You don't necessarily have to call them in a particular order. You can do the action and then see how it goes and then do another department.
Nice.
Cool. Great. I am going to support bridge actions so that any action that Nona takes will be 2 fewer command points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And then since you can't do any gunnery actions, you could then take the gunnery department and then just do your duty there.
That's-
you
yeah.
generate
Generating
one.
point.
that's what I want to do.
Okay. So you guys have one command point. Actually,
Okay, so what we can do is if you go next and also generate a point, we can use that to trigger an escape combat. I
Yep.
just need
Yep.
to... I'm double checking just to make
use
sure.
these to keep
I'm
track of how
assuming
many
I'm
command
good
points
at
you
it.
have.
Oh, Jeff, you think of everything.
I try.
Wow.
I try.
So many colorful pieces.
Everyone pick a color.
Yellow.
We have
always.
pre-assigned colors.
Cola.
I'm blue. You're green. If that's cool with you.
Oh yeah, huh?
This was specifically for command points to keep track of, but that also
They're
works.
mine now. I have grown
Yeah, I don't know why I
attached to
got
this
one.
bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one because I generated a command point.
Okay,
I'm
so,
also generating a command point with the comms department.
Okay, so you guys have-
Gerald.
you guys
Sweet.
have 2 command points.
We have 2. And we're trying to escape, so I guess I won't do anything in engineering either. And also,
Is there a thing that we can do? Because if they don't carry over from time to time, then there's no reason to generate an extra one, is there?
That's a good question.
No, I don't.
Good question.
So you generated one from gunnery and one from
comms.
Comms.
Yeah, I think if we were more skilled at things, there would be better things to do, but there's not. So engineering is also doing its duty.
Yeah, but I think that's completely worthless.
It is.
Okay. All
There-
the other actions you can also take are completely worthless.
Are equivalent or strictly worse.
Perfect.
So you guys are just trying specifically to escape combat then?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
gonna
All
try
right.
and leave.
So you guys spend 2 command points for escape combat. This is an opposed skill check.
Yeah.
So you're going to roll the better of intelligence pilot or dexterity pilot. I think it's intelligence pilot for you.
Actually, they're tied. I'm
Oh.
also very dexterous.
All right. Again, and also you add the speed of the Blue Jay against the speed of the fighter.
The speed of the Blue Jay is what, says the card?
Laden
3.
or unladen?
It apparently
I don't think
doesn't
we're
matter.
late.
because
An
it's
African or
race.
European blue robin.
It should be 2.
It says 3?
Speed
I
says 3.
lied. It is 3. The armor's 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we have 5, and then I roll
Yep. And I
a
also
skill
rolled.
check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, space dice.
So many numbers.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I got 8 on space dice, plus the 5 that we have makes it 13, I believe.
13 space numbers.
13 space numbers.
I rolled 12.
Ha ha!
Hell yeah.
We have gained 1 escape point. Those are orange, I've
Orange.
decided.
Technically, I think
That's
you
good.
gain 1
Yeah,
escape
the
point.
fighter itself has gained 1 escape point. This is in case like you were fighting multiple things that
Oh,
were
I
trying to
get it.
chase
We're
after
escaping
you.
that.
And like someone else shows up later.
My bad.
We're gonna make you keep track
we're
of that,
good.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1. So
Right.
it's now the fighter's turn.
Cool.
It is just manned by 1 person, but it does have 4 command points. So, oh Lord, no, I have to do
How
this.
Every
damn.
round?
Yes.
That feels like
How
bullshit.
did he do that?
I mean,
Better than us.
effectively, it can take 1 department action, and then all other ones are doing its duty.
I mean, that
I
makes
guess that
sense.
makes sense.
yeah.
But
actually.
at the
When you
same
put it that way.
time, when it's against me, I would like to call bullshit, please.
It is going
you.
to it's going to fire. Yeah. It's going to fire this laser,
Oh, that's so bad.
which is 2 command points. What's the AC?
14.
I rolled a 18.
Damn it.
And I rolled, oh, Jesus.
Oh my god, just imagine we just blow up in space.
This podcast is going to be 2 episodes long.
Um,
Sorry, Jeff's mom.
TPK. All right. Bye.
You guys, I'm rolling 3d4.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
As I was saying.
That and
All right. I rolled 8 damage.
Okay. That's,
so are we just
Okay.
dead?
No, we
No,
have 20
we have 20 HP.
You also
Oh,
have 2
I just saw armor 2.
which is
yeah.
just damage reduction.
Yes.
So we take 6
So you
damage.
take 6 damage.
Okay.
Now, other aspect of space combat is you, once per round, the captain can choose to take what's called
Hold up.
they keep it together, where they can nullify a hit entirely and deal with a crisis. Crises are these things that happen on the ship. So, like, imagine there's something ripped in the hull or something goes offline and you need to deal with it unless a bad thing happens. Also, you guys have some defenses. What is called a burst ECM generator, which can be used once per battle to negate a hit. It is up to you how you want to.
So use that without causing a crisis.
Exactly.
So I feel like we might want to do that just because Jeff said swear words twice. But maybe we hold on to it.
I said Jesus. It was,
sorry, my bad. We took the
6
Lord's
damage.
name in vain twice. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I think with 6 damage, we're within 3d4 range, not to like metagame it too hard. But the only life point that matters is the last one.
You're not wrong.
So I'm
Okay,
gonna go ahead and keep the damage and not deal with the crisis.
okay, so
Future
you're
Philip,
taking the
bleep
6
that
points
out.
of damage then. You're
I
taking
support
6
this
I'm
points.
line.
taking the 6 points.
All right.
Or we're letting 14 go.
I'm on board.
All right. It is now your turn again.
Okay.
Same
Hey.
thing.
Same
Combat's
thing.
nice and
Yeah,
snappy.
for right now at least, I'm gonna support bridge, and then the gunnery is gonna do its duty, which is like, which I imagine as just Alix trying to figure out how it works, just like spinning around, moving the gun, like because he does not have a good shoot, my
This
dudes.
is our fault for not wanting to kill kind of innocent yet annoying people.
And let's, so 1 command point.
No, we'll remember this.
Okay. And so I guess I will do another do your duty with comms and let Nona do the bridge action.
Yeah, I mean escape combat again.
That one.
All right.
Fantastic. 6 plus, what did I say last time?
5.
11.
8 plus 2, 10.
Damn, we are
Alright.
Again.
skating through just barely.
You're escaping.
Okay,
2 escape.
All right.
We need 3, right?
we need 3.
You do need 3. So that was your turn again.
That was our turn.
And
All right.
yeah, doing duty with
Did
the
you
last.
have?
Or,
Oh, you did the duty. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but it gets wasted,
yeah.
which is
All
sad.
right.
I wish
Yeah.
we could bank these.
It is going to do a thing. It's going to boost its engines.
Oh.
So it is trying to do a skill check, or whoever is piloting is trying to do a skill check
Well,
against
influence versus
8,
difficulty 8.
and they can raise their ship speed to close the distance. They do not get it.
Yay!
And with their last action, they will then again fire their Reaper battery against.
It feels
you
like
know.
that sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
19.
That hits.
Mhm.
Of course.
D4s are so hard to pick up. 10.
10 damage.
I am rolling
14
all
we
the
had.
4s on the D4s.
Feels like
Yeah, I'm
maybe
gonna hit the ECM button.
The burst ECM generator.
Yeah.
So you press that button as this volley of lasers is coming in, and you see sort of this static field around the blue robin, and it bursts outward and just evaporates that volley. But you will not be able to use that again for the rest.
Oh,
No.
I am very glad that I found that button. That is a good button. I was trying to shoot. I'm not going to lie to you.
Until you said that, I was about to say very good job.
Oh
Nice
no, but the comes on.
strategic-
It's off.
You just hear a slap.
All right. It is your turn again. Are you guys going to do the same sort of
If
song
we
and
hit
dance?
3, we just get out, right?
Yes, you escape from it, and you're effectively put another distance between
Does
you
the
two.
captain have to go first?
No.
I don't think so. No.
What's the effect of the boost engines that they did? It makes them faster, but that doesn't make them closer to catching up with us.
It would have, I
It was trying to
think.
close the distance along
Okay.
with.
I think closing
boost
it gets
engines.
rid of one of our escape points, doesn't it?
No, that's specifically pursue target.
Oh, my bad.
I haven't been rolling well specifically to that, and it's 3 points, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, you're very max minning right now.
Am I?
No, you're not.
I'm just
I'm
you're
just maxing. My bad.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Let's try it one more time, because the only other thing we could do is use the one CP, like have engineering do their duty or comms do their duty first, and then use that one to like try to fire. But at this point, we should just get out of here.
You can also try and go above and beyond
Yeah, I was gonna say
to get more CP.
which then
But
will
it's-
not be burnt, and it will just leave.
Yeah, let's do.
But also, it's the same thing as do your duty, except the downside.
Except
No, it's
you've
not.
got an extra.
If you have your skill.
But we can't have more than +1 right now.
Do you not have a 0? Oh, wait.
No, only gunnery only has a 1 CP thing, and captain's actions are 0.
No. So this is any skill that you guys have.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
what you basically do is you say, I want to help out by doing a little bit more in this area by using this skill. And you explain
you're
to
still
me
level command.
how
I see.
you use like, I don't know, how you would use exert or something like that to improve how whatever's
How
currently
good
happening.
are you at bullshit?
I missed the
Let's
+1.
find
like-
out.
But also,
David might be able to say like, oh, because of my administer power, I can sort of, I don't know.
Take the receipts. I file them.
I write RFPs
makes us
real
more
good.
aerodynamic.
These are real good.
But
I
in
think
that
we're-
sort of sense, like lead could be useful. Like I give an inspiring speech or something like that,
Right.
and that will give us another CP or something.
No. Do you think that we can like lose this thing pretty soon? Do we need to like, I don't know, juice this a little more?
By my calculations, we are 2/3 of the way towards losing the thing, as you put it.
All right. I don't think anyone should do anything too crazy. Let's just
Okay, let's get
get
out
this
here.
done.
Same thing. Support bridge actions and use gunnery to generate a command point.
And I'll use comms to do the same.
A command point.
We're just putting figures on the table now because we feel like it.
They're here and they're nice.
Nice. 6, 5 plus 5.
16.
Yeah, that is how that works, isn't it? I
6,
should
5,
just-
6. 6, 5, 5.
13, 15.
That's
Wow,
it.
Yeah,
3
it
for
is.
3. You
Every
got
single
it
time.
by +1
Man,
every
this ship
single
was like
time.
the ship is 3 faster than you. I had +3 on you every
Okay.
single time. And I
Now
got
that's
1 under
drama.
you. Well,
Da da da.
so you guys were pulling farther and farther away. Nona is obviously a much better pilot than whoever was piloting that fighter that was trying to
Obviously.
apprehend you guys.
Goodbye, Brian.
And you put enough space in between you.
Space.
That you put enough distance between the two of you to be able to it loses its lock
Allow
on you
this
and it can
person
no
to
longer
live.
find you within the sector itself, system itself, not the sector itself. So what do you guys want to do now? I would assume you were going to try and meet up with Mr. Vershin in Metanar, Metanar system.
Can you say a little bit more about this group?
Group?
The
Medinar.
group that we were supposed to meet up with.
The Beholder Collective.
The Beholder
Right.
Collective.
What else have we learned
Because-
about them?
I'm just going to point out that Nona has been trying to obtain a ship, and Nona has currently obtained a ship. So Nona has some decisions to make here about whether leaving with said ship would be more of a problem than delivering said ship.
So the Beholder Collective is one of the
Sounds so
mega
evil.
corporations on Cass. It is an extremely powerful corporation that it deals with many different forms and types of
On Cass, you say?
capitalism. Cass is trying to become one of the regional hegemons the regional hegemon.
Okay,
To sort of
it's
like the ruler.
important and connected, I guess.
It's like freaking Amazon or Google.
Oh, okay. We don't want to
Oh,
go
yeah.
up against Space Google. Fine.
They make space Google Maps. How else would we have been able to find the warehouse?
Damn.
I assumed there was just somewhere else called Space Google. I mean,
But yes, they without having to really dig into like, do you know this? this would be a name that you would hear.
It would be a bad idea to cross them and expect that you could get away.
Exactly. Yes.
But maybe they will pay for a ship. They will not.
Okay, fine. I'll go drive to the place I'm supposed to drive
I'm
to.
trying this new thing called optimism. And I find that it doesn't really suit me.
No, not this year.
So the system that you currently, what system actually is this currently in? I need to pull up the sector map. I should probably send the sector map to you guys as well, huh? So you know where the hell you're going.
Yeah, man. If you can make that like a little hologram that we can hold and just be like,
Put it on the table.
So you guys
wow, it did it. It's amazing.
Wait.
Look, you guys, and all of the starry glory. I know exactly where I am now.
This planet's missing. Impossible. Perhaps the records are incomplete.
So you guys are in the Megalka system, which has a bunch of different planets, but he specifically wants to meet in the Metanar system. So how we talked a little bit before about spike drives. So this...
Right, we're spike driving it.
You basically need to travel through metadimensional space to reach a completely new system.
So this is the metadimensional space thing is the thing that created psychics, but you don't necessarily need a psychic to go through it?
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
There have been theories that when humanity started going and using spike drives,
right,
is a couple generations afterwards is when the first psychics started appearing.
But I could just drive through one, not being causation. A psychic.
Yes, you don't have to be a psychic in order to enter metadimensional space.
Fantastic.
You just need to have a spike drive.
Let's do that.
So the
Full speed ahead, Miss Nona.
So you guys are trying to make
pedal to the metal.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that happen specifically when you enter doing a spike drill. There are a lot of things involved. You generally need at least 3 people to perform it. You only need 1 pilot, so Nona should be able to tell, like Alix, like, oh, you need to do this, or change this bearing here, or change this bearing here.
I'm very good at giving precise instructions.
Very.
Shush you.
The spike drill should take about 30 minutes to complete. So you can't generally do it in combat unless you want to do a rushed spike drill, which is more difficult.
Is it like everybody's doing things and pulling levers the entire time, or is there time for casual conversation?
It's rigorous for the first 30 minutes. Once the spike drill actually takes place and you guys are traveling to your destination, you only need to keep an eye on it, not necessarily actively be doing something.
Gotcha. Let me know when we're at the casual conversation part.
Yes.
Right now, it's only really intense conversation.
Right now, it is move this lever 2 centimeters down.
So another thing
centimeter.
is there are these things called rudders that in order to go from system to system, it's basically a map saying this is how you go from this system to this system, because the waves within the metadimensional space change.
I love how space imagined is just like the sea, but 3-dimensional. Can I just call out?
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's pretty neat. Yeah.
We got space waves now.
Yeah.
Isn't the sea already 3-dimensional?
Ish. We don't go down because of the Kraken.
Oh, no.
And also, if you're a ship on the sea, you can kind of only go... Well, technically, you could go in the 3rd dimension.
Just
it would
once,
just be bad for you.
Not on purpose and
Not
only
on
once.
purpose.
So you need to have these rudders, or basically these maps, to say, okay, this is how you do it. Otherwise, it's much more difficult, much more dangerous. And so you can travel from one location to another location without having it even be charted, but it adds 6 to the difficulty when you're rolling 2d6 already. So it makes it immensely difficult. And if you don't make it, a spike drill mishap happens.
Bad.
And so that can
bad.
sometimes mean, you just take a little bit extra time. But sometimes I think it might mean instant death. Not entirely sure. I don't think instant death, but sometimes
I'm
I end up in a
assuming
weird
we
place.
have some sort of these maps because
Yes.
otherwise we're not going to thrive there.
It's not gonna.
When
Fuck
Version
space Google,
when-
I ain't doing that.
when Version specifically reached out to you guys, he gave you the most recent rudder between
Thank you, Version.
Megalka and Metanar. So, what you guys are trying to do, the base difficulty is 7. You have a less than 1 month old rudder, which subtracts 2 from that base difficulty. You're not trimming it at all. Are you trying to trim it? Are you trying to get there faster?
No.
So another thing that happens is depending on it still takes some time to go through that metadimensional space.
Mm-hmm.
It's not instantaneous. So right now it would take about 6 days for you to get from
Oh,
Megalka to Metanar.
Oh,
that
no.
sounds like bonding time.
I forgot to pack a lunch.
I'm
I
assuming
should-
there's something here.
Oh, I
but we
should have
can-
spoken to Brian.
I'm assuming there's
You could
maybe
trim-
kind of, sort of supplies on this ship. Like, they're not going to die.
Yeah, you would assume.
Okay. I would assume and are there are two very different
I
things.
guess you'll
different.
have to look later.
Ah, wow.
Smash cut to 3 days from now. So,
Yeah, a cursory glance
Okay.
sees you have
Says
rations.
we're not going to die
You're not gonna
if
die.
we take the safer, slightly longer route.
Yes.
Great. We're going to take the safer, slightly longer route then. As the pilot, I have decided
So
this.
the base difficulty would be 5, and for any spike drill that has a difficulty less than 6 is automatic. So
Holla.
you've done this before. You know how to handle this. You have a perfectly new rudder, so you can just do it. But
I was getting ready to roll that. Fantastic.
Maybe later when you actually
Sometimes,
just sort of
sometimes death is not immediate and right around the corner. Sometimes it is further away.
So you guys go through your spike drill. Known as saying like, I need you to turn this lever or press this button and get on comms, and Alix stop crying.
I don't know how this works.
Please, you are annoying Micah.
And the spike
I'm not going to.
Tell me I am wrong.
I'm not commenting. I'm focused on my work.
I think Micah took off the headphones.
and the spike drill, it goes
Well, in that
off
case,
without a
Resume
hitch.
crying.
And you guys are now strangers, having done this thing together on this ship for about 6 days together. How do you sort of spend this time with your new companions? And actually, can everyone roll a wisdom notice check, please?
A wisdom notice.
Well,
check.
sure,
That's
yes.
when you know bad shit is coming. Wisdom. Notice. Oh,
7.
7.
6. Good job, Space Dice.
No one notices anything.
Fantastic.
Cool. Love it.
Don't worry about it.
We're sitting around
Fine.
a space fire having some space s'mores.
So yeah, well, what are you guys doing? How do you spend your 6 days sort of together?
I mean,
At least that first one, I kind of, we make it past the spike drill, and I'm kind of sitting there on the bridge, like, that was good. That
Yes.
was good, yeah?
good job, Alix.
Oh,
You
well,
did
I
very
mean-
well.
Oh, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think that just in general, that was good.
Yes, we did very well, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a shit show, but I thought it was going to be worse.
No, I think it was a fine, maybe like a poop show. Is that the thing?
I am not sure.
Haven't heard that one.
Oh, no. Well, I normally...
But I get what you're going for.
Yes, it is not as much of a shit show as it could have been, or should have been, or has been in my past. I do not have a single burn mark. I'm sorry, Micah.
It'll heal. It's all good. Did you say that you knew how to patch things up though? That might be
A little bit.
I'm fine, but it might be.
I know my way around a healer's kit. I kind of reach into my pack and I have Lazarus patches, just a little vial of
You
lift.
don't need to specifically use Lazarus patches.
I know.
Yeah, so you don't need
But
to.
I have a, I
But
have a
he
lot of-
has them.
Yeah.
It's the time for opening up.
It's a first aid kit. I try to make sure that I can stay awake. You know?
So
Yeah.
anyway, now that we are all friends, have any of you heard of Dr. Samantha Calvin?
You asked that other guy that too.
His name was Brian.
Was that Brian you asked?
Yes, I did ask
Oh.
Brian. Brian did not know.
I missed Brian.
Unfortunately. I too miss Brian.
Who is that?
Can I have you guys roll intelligence no checks?
When you say you guys.
Not you.
Fantastic. Oof. Ouch.
5.
6.
You don't know who Dr. Sarah Calvin, Dr. Samantha Calvin.
You really don't know
Come
Dr.
on.
Sarah Calvin.
You kind of heard.
No, I have not had the pleasure.
Nope.
I'm on a mission to find her.
Oh,
Why?
She owes me something.
revenge. I understand.
Well,
Yeah.
not quite revenge.
No?
I would say I'm not going to murder her.
Oh, I do not understand this. I'm kidding. That was a little joke.
Oh, you were kidding. Okay.
Yeah, I understand finding somebody with. I understand finding somebody without the purpose of, stabbing.
It
Can't
sounds
relate.
like you have done many stabbing.
I try not to. But guess is there anything we should look out for? I can see if I can dredge anything up.
Yeah. What?
To be honest, my knowledge of this is very low. I just know that Dr. Samantha Calvin owes me something that she promised me. And we parted ways a while ago, and she has not delivered on that promise. And so therefore, I am owed something.
Again, it sounds like revenge, but if it's not a lot to go on. But I can search around for the name.
Well, if I murder her, then she won't be able to give me the thing. Is the main problem there.
I understand that.
Do you know what you're trying to get from this person? Or just
Yes, but I would rather keep that private if that is okay.
I don't really care. It's just asking for conversation.
Much appreciated. But that has basically been my entire reason for doing things at this point.
It's good to have a reason.
Mostly, I feel incomplete.
Oh, it's that kind of talk.
What kind of talk?
Well, every once in a while you
intrigued.
go and you talk to people and they're like, oh, I feel unfulfilled. And you talk about their career and kind of where they are in life. I don't get me wrong. I believe that we make a good team. I was just not expecting this on, the first day. Of how many days? 6?
6, that is correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be Yeah.
If you would
Anyway.
prefer, we can diverge from this topic of conversation and not mention it again.
Oh, well, we can stick to the weather at first and we'll see where we go from there.
We are in space. There is no weather.
Oh, then I am out of ideas.
Well, anyway, this has been really nice. I'm going to go do some yoga now. So catch you cats later. You can join me if you want.
Sure, that sounds interesting.
Awesome.
You know how some people cannot touch their toes? I can't touch my knees. It's very bad. I'm not.
That
going
sounds
to
like
do
it
this.
might be a condition. You might want to check that out.
That's not a bad idea.
Might want to go to the space chiropractor?
So you guys have like a little conversation and just sort of hang out doing your own things.
How much do you know about demotion power yoga?
Oh no.
How much do I know about demotion power yoga, Jeff?
Roll an intelligence no
Oh, God.
check.
Oh, wait, no, intelligence. We're fine. Intelligence, knowing things, you say. Oh, well, those two cancel out then. 7. I know 7 about this type of yoga.
You've heard of it before.
I have heard of it before.
Great. Then you know what to do. We'll be here for like 2-3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm going to mimic him.
All right. So you guys are off doing yoga.
This, a very kind of high intensity, endurance oriented variety of yoga.
I am good at it.
That feels like a thing you have to roll for. Not gonna lie.
I'm good at it.
Go ahead and roll dexterity yoga.
I would.
I don't take the dexterity, the yoga skill until level 2.
Oh man,
Fuck.
that's your mistake. You gotta take yoga.
Well, in that case, maybe I'm less good at it.
Alex, what are you doing?
As they're doing that, I'm gonna go scout the quarters and pick a nice room for myself. Just kind of toss my stuff in there.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna kind of sit down on the bed and be like, yeah, okay, this is good. This is good.
Cool. So that was like right after you guys have done the spike drill. You're
I think
cruising,
more or less.
You're cruising through.
That was our first night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Metadimensional space.
Yeah.
How are you guys sort of spending like the rest of the time? Are you meeting up? Are you keeping to yourselves? You checking out like just the ship and like what else might be here, exploring? Like it's a confined space, so there's not only so much you can like go around to check.
And it's more or less on autopilot, so I don't have any like buttons or knobs to push.
You probably want to go in every other hour or so to like verify things are on the right track or something like that.
I will do that every 60 minutes.
All right.
I'm going to probably try and do what I can to patch up some of the damage from that shot we took from the one thing, if I'm able to do that.
Yeah, the only issue
inside.
is you require salvage specifically to do that, and you don't see. So,
Like
mechanically speaking, in order to heal like hull damage, which you sustained in the fight, you need to, I think, have like a ton of scrap, like 1 ton, like the unit.
This brings up a
scraps
question.
to fix.
What is currently on the ship? We have a storage hold.
That is true.
Does it have storage in it? And what is that
I
thing?
was about to get to that.
Okay.
So you see sort of the side of the ship and say, we should probably like maybe fix this up a little bit. Otherwise, they're going to deduct our pay. So you go looking around the ship for pieces of scrap and stuff like that.
If this is not on my 60-minute interval, I will probably come with.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
So you're doing it in between, so Micah can have some company. You go down to the cargo hold, and there's not actually a whole lot there. It's very empty that you notice. There's not really any scrap, particularly within the cargo hold itself. You do notice one crate. Do you want to go open that crate?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to open the crate to see what's inside, and
Surprise, it's bugs. It's terrible.
surprise, it's awful.
Sorry, I've been playing too much Darkest Dungeon. Usually when you open things, there are bad things inside.
It's trapped.
Always.
You notice a lot of what could be described as syringes.
Because they are
Space syringes.
Syringes are better than needles, though, because they're not pointy.
It seems to be some form of single-use drug. I want the two of you who are going searching around. You roll a? Let's do an intelligence heal to know what these are,
heal.
or an intelligence know, whichever one's better.
Okay.
Or an intelligence. No, both of those are shit. Come on, space dice. Oh, shit. I got an 11.
I'm not even bad at that, but I got a 3.
Okay. So,
I'm not good at that, but I got an 11. All hail the space dice.
Micah, you're not quite sure what exactly these are. They could be one of any different types of drugs that are sort of going around the different systems. Nona, You, in your visiting different space truck stops and stuff like that, you notice this is very similar to a type of drug that is known as reverie. But there's something different about this specific one. You can't quite place what exactly is going on with it, but like you would know people who would use reverie. So
Reverie, not revelry.
Yes, reverie.
Reverie.
It puts you in an extreme relaxed state, and almost you lose a sense of danger, like to all outside stimulus. So it allows you to, if it's used in combat, it allows you to better take shots, but also you take more damage, kind of deal, mechanically speaking. But for whatever reason, this stuff seems to be different. You're not entirely sure why, but this seems to be some other strand of reverie than you are familiar with.
Interesting. This appears to be similar to, but distinct from, reverie.
Yeah, you know your way around recreational drugs, Nona?
I have been around, yes. I have been at least 4 places.
Well, I'm not much of a partaker myself. Maybe we just kick this into the corner.
But we could sell it for money.
I mean, maybe this is why our employers wanted this ship, for this box full of stuff that's conveniently on the ship.
It is weird that the wholly incompetent...
Beholder Collective?
No. The guys, the Green Nebula traders,
Green
what
Nebula
are they
trading.
secretly?
Smugglers that
yes.
particularly work in
It
drugs
is weird that
and
the
arms.
wholly incompetent smugglers left this on the ship, though. It is equally likely that they put this on here for other reasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
I mean, we could hold on to it. I mean, I'm not going to use any of it. It's not really my scene, but
So
yeah, good
Neither
to
is
know.
mine.
Good to know.
So you guys continue on your search, and it takes you all around the ship, and you're starting to get to know the ins and outs. It seems like the engines are stationed within the wings themselves that you get from going sort of on the catwalk rather than on the second level. You're looking around on the second level of the ship, and you go into the back part of the ship where the thrusters would be, and where the fuel bunkers are on the lower level. And on the upper level, you see the atmospheric configuration and stuff like that, so the ship can have oxygen and stuff like that. Very important.
This is good.
I like that part.
Oxygen is good.
So you're going around just looking for different things, seeing what you can find, and you notice there seems to be a hidden door in the atmospheric configuration. Atmospheric, what is it actually called? It's on there. Atmospheric.
Here, read.
It's just config or something like that.
You want to take that again, Jeff? Just
Let me take this again.
Rewind it back.
Atmospheric configuration. Room. So you find a hidden door there. What seems to be some sort of smuggler's hold. What do you want to do?
I am going to go into that location.
All right.
Yeah, guess I'm curious.
One must know what is in there.
It seems to be behind like a wall of machinery, so it seems to be well hidden. Hidden enough that if someone did a cursory glance, they wouldn't immediately find it. But just for you guys living here and being around
many
here,
days.
you notice
there's
like a weird spot here that doesn't seem to be here. So you open up
Poke it.
this fake door, and you see a little space behind what would be the freighter. And in this hold, you see what you would consider to be a stasis pod that appears to be on.
Oh.
And that is where we'll end today's episode.
How dare you, sir?
yeah, that works.
The very next action that Nona will be taking is to just shout, "Hey, Alix, we found a person!" In case you're wondering.
All right.
Subtlety is not a thing. But actually,
That's not where we're ending this, Jeff.
Damn, fuck you!
Can I use this?
Tell more